The Undertaker would love nothing more than to get his hands on Paul Bearer, the man who betrayed him back at SummerSlam when The Undertaker and Mankind competed in a boiler room brawl. But I'll tell you what, as a man who's afraid of heights, this is not Paul Bearer's night whatsoever. Having to be stuck inside a shark cage, suspended high above the ring. There is no chance this time for Paul Bearer to screw over the Phenom. Undertaker has been waiting for this, waiting for the chance to get his hands on Mankind. And The Undertaker just did a drop toe. Don't see that too often from The Undertaker. Talk about adaptability. Undertaker, who debuted at Survivor Series 6 years ago, and takes down Mankind. Undertaker with an armbar. I really seeing a lot of new offense from The Undertaker in this match. I think a lot of this new offense has a lot to do with the retribution he's looking to get. Not just on Paul Bearer, on, using Mankind as the punching bag, but Mankind did end up getting the victory back at SummerSlam due to the betrayal that came from Paul Bearer that took out The Undertaker. And The Undertaker, keeping it simple, going after the hand of Mankind that he uses for the mandible claw. If you weaken that right hand, Mankind is going to have a very hard time connecting and applying the pressure with that mandible claw on The Undertaker. Undertaker is not going to ease up whatsoever. This is an opportunity to inflict pain and torture Mankind. One thing, though, about Mankind is his high pain tolerance, what Mankind is willing to put his body through. Meanwhile, Undertaker goes for an elbow drop, but Mankind able to roll slightly out of the way, evading. And a clothesline, both men to the floor, but The Undertaker landed on his feet, and Mankind didn't realize it. Mankind, who takes a tumble up and over the guardrail, trying to get away from The Undertaker. This is all concrete floor. We're in the danger zone. Mankind comes in full speed ahead, but gets dumped over back into the ringside area. Mankind getting back up to the apron, trying to get back in the ring. And now it's Undertaker who meets Mankind up on the apron. Oh, slamming Mankind's hand on the turnbuckle bar. Mankind, however, caught The Undertaker. There's a look at Paul Bearer, who was suspended high above the ring inside that shark cage, defenseless. Well, I wouldn't say defenseless because he really couldn't do anything anyways. He can't be helpful to Mankind whatsoever. There's going to be no involvement from Paul Bearer in this match unless there's just some sort of miracle. But extreme measures have been taken, hence the reason that Paul Bearer is suspended so high above the ring, as Mankind is starting to put the pressure on The Undertaker with some offensive kicks and punches. And now comes in with a headbutt on the dead man. Undertaker has been tested by the best of the best. However, Mankind truly proving himself to be a formidable opponent for the dead man. Undertaker having the pressure put on him. You got to remember, it's only been about a year since The Undertaker had his orbital bone broken by Viscera. Well, it is fully healed. He was out for 2 months and then came back. However, now it's Undertaker's time as he goes to work on Mankind. Mankind was trying to climb up the turnbuckles to find some separation, but it's just not working out for Mankind at this moment. The offense is all Undertaker right now. Undertaker's biting the hand of Mankind. That's the mandible claw hand. And the Undertaker continuing to lay it down on Mankind. Mankind who gets set up by Undertaker. Oh, that'll put a lot of weight on the neck. An absolutely devastating pile driver by Mankind as Paul Bearer calling for it, telling Mankind to go for the mandible claw. Undertaker, who is down, went for the mandible claw, but the Undertaker caught it. He caught the hand. The Undertaker just caught the hand of Mankind. And the Undertaker able to fight free. But Mankind comes in with a knee to the midsection. Comes in hot, but gets caught with a big boot by the Phenom. Gets lifted up by the Undertaker, who could be thinking Tombstone. But Mankind, wait. Mandible claw. He's got it. Will the Undertaker be put to sleep? But the Undertaker able to shift the weight, launching Mankind to the floor. Great awareness by the Undertaker, realizing where he was, where Mankind was, and to be able to shift the weight in such a specific way where Mankind would get sent flying through between the middle and top rope to the outside on the floor was a brilliant strategy to force the much needed separation for the Undertaker. The Undertaker knows how brutal and how effective that mandible claw is. Mankind now gets sent face first into the steel steps. And out goes after the hand again. Undertaker making sure that Mankind doesn't even think about the mandible claw again. Mankind who gets sent back into the ring. And Undertaker has Mankind right where he wants him. Clasp is about to be in session. This is classic Undertaker. Old school. Undertaker, 6'10", over 300 pounds. And the way he's able to have incredible cat-like agility like a gymnast, it's impeccable. Meanwhile, Mankind able to lay out the Undertaker. The thing is, Mankind feeds off of pain. Mankind, there's something about him that just, I don't know if there's a chromosome that's missing, if he's just not human, but there's just something about him that is just not normal. Meanwhile, Undertaker went after Mankind in the corner, but Mankind makes the climb up to the top. This is where high risk is taken. This is where you go big or go home. Went for a double axe handle, but the hand is around the throat of Mankind by the Undertaker. And speaking of hands, the fingers of Mankind are in the throat of the Undertaker as he looks to put the dead man to sleep. The Undertaker could be put away by Mankind once again. Is this it for the Phenom? You can hear it in the background as Paul Bearer screams down for Mankind to put away the Undertaker. The question is it going to happen? Is Mankind going to be able to put away the Undertaker? He did it back at SummerSlam. Well, that was with the help of Paul Bearer. And with Paul Bearer out of play, being suspended high above the ring, will it prove the true colors of what the outcome would have been at SummerSlam had Paul Bearer not interfered? Or does Mankind just have the Undertaker's number? If Undertaker's arm falls to the mat one more time, it's all over. And it isn't over. The Undertaker, who still has some fight left in him, is not going to go down that easily as he looks for revenge. The dead man looking for vengeance to celebrate. And the Undertaker gets the choke slam, but the Undertaker goes down as well with all the damage that has been done to him from the mandible claw. And it's Mankind, the one who's moving first. But the Undertaker sits up. Undertaker goes to the rope, starts to pick up some momentum. Mankind played it slick and ducked as the Undertaker went right to the outside onto the floor. Mankind went for a cannonball on the Undertaker. But the Undertaker is now the one that ducks this time. Mankind just threw his body at risk, throwing caution to the wind. And it did not work out in his favor as the Undertaker sends Mankind back into the ring. Now it's the Undertaker's opportunity to capitalize. Undertaker gets a headbutt. Mankind's hand, his arm is caught in the rope. It was caught, and Undertaker was able to get a nice shot on that arm and the hand that he's been working on throughout the match in an attempt to take the mandible claw out of play. A side headlock getting countered into a backdrop suplex by the Undertaker. Undertaker continuing to fight, continuing to pull out all the stops. What is this? What is that? It looks like is that a blade? It's whatever it is. It's some sort of I'm trying to see what it is. Whatever it was, it just hit the Undertaker right across the skull. I'm still trying to figure out what it was. Whatever it was, Mankind still has it in his hand. Oh! This is an assault on the Undertaker. Has the referee seen it yet? Oh, and again, beating the Undertaker with that object, the unknown object. Undertaker countering. Look at this. Look at this. Tombstone pile driver. And that's, you call it good night. And the Undertaker has put away Mankind. May Mankind rest in peace. And the outcome that Paul Bearer feared the most, the victory of the Undertaker over Mankind. And now the cage gets lowered, and with Mankind down and out, Paul Bearer is helpless. Once that cage is unlocked, it is easy pickings for the Phenom. But wait. That's the Executioner. That's the Executioner. What is this all about? The Executioner who's hammering away on the Undertaker. Oh, and a clothesline. And Undertaker lays out the Executioner. Well, the Executioner who gets up and leaves on his own will. Undertaker was hoping that tonight here at Survivor Series would be the night that he would get his hands on Paul Bearer. But Paul Bearer had a plan B in the form of the Executioner to take the fall for him. Although I don't think the plan was for the Executioner to take the fall, but rather lay out the Undertaker once again and stay ahead of the game of the Undertaker. But nonetheless, the Undertaker, despite not being able to get his hands on Paul Bearer tonight, still was able to get his retribution, still able to get the victory over Mankind by connecting with a tombstone pile driver, and all Paul Bearer could do was watch. There's a give and take in this situation, and this is the final blow as the neck of Mankind gets crushed in the mat as he goes head first. Tombstone pile driver, which led him to victory. At some point, Paul Bearer is going to get his. The thing that I've learned when it comes to The Undertaker, you can't hide, you can't run from him forever.